Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SD channel, aka Spiritual Desires, for we are always spiritually led to our utmost desires. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Today, we are just going to be doing a full tarot spread for all zodiac signs. For all zodiac signs are welcomed here in this safe space, okay? As a disclaimer, I always like to let it be known that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. So understand that these readings, everything in them may not resonate with you. However, just take the messages that apply to you and your situation, and of course, leave those messages that do not apply to you for someone else, okay? If you are in need of a more in-depth personal reading for yourself, please look at the information in the description box below. That is where all of my mentors' information is. She is an amazing spiritual advisor and mentor, as well as a life coach. And she offers many services on her website that can really help you grow spiritually and just cleanse anything in your life that may be holding you back. Okay. So please reach out to her. I have all of her information in the description box, her website, as well as her social media sites. So there are different ways in which you can get in touch with her. But yes, reach out to her if you feel as though she offers something that can assist you, okay? Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get directly into your reading. Well, collective, as always, I like to say that I hope that you are doing well today. I hope that you are somewhere that you are comfortable and safe, okay? Today is a beautiful day outside where I am, so I hope that you as well are enjoying some good weather wherever you are, okay? All right, so let's see what messages Spirit has for you today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ugh, okay. Thank you so much, Spirit, for joining us in today's reading. What messages do you have for the collective, Spirit? What messages do you have for the collective in today's tarot spread? Okay, collective. I feel as though you're trying to manifest something. I feel as though if you are, you have all the tools that you need to get whatever it is that you want. And I feel as though you are trying to be patient, okay? Trying to let things play out naturally, okay? And I think that it's helping you out a lot when it comes to aligning yourself, all right? All right, but let's see. Okay, so for the first card you have out here, it says the Page of Swords, all right? You got the Page of Swords. All right, next card you have out is the Six of Swords, okay? You also have the Strength card. You have the Chariot. You also have the Star. And you also have the Six of Cups, okay? Okay, you're gaining a lot of information here so that you can hopefully move forward and kind of catapult your life into a different direction. You're being very strong, um, very mentally strong as well. You're taking your time. You're being careful, very mindful of the actions that you take, and definitely moving forward. Okay, you are going in a new direction. You're going down a new path, and it's one that you're going to enjoy very much. It's one that God has already aligned for you. You could be feeling a bit nostalgic at this moment in time, and or you and someone from your past will be reconnecting in this new phase, okay? All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? I feel as though you're on cloud nine right now. Like you're feeling really good. Um, you're feeling very hopeful of what the future has for you. So the next card you have out here is the Seven of Pentacles. You also have the Two of Swords. So far, all of your messages are coming out upright. So that's beautiful. You're very concrete on what it is that you want for yourself. Very decisive. There's no uncertainty here when it comes to what it is that you're trying to attain. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective? Any more messages so far for the collective, Spirit? Okay. All right. Next card you have out here is the Devil. Okay. Everything was going so well. But we'll get into it and see what that's all about. All right. The next card you have out here is the Seven of Wands. And lastly, you have the Empress. All right. What a beautiful way to end, for sure. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups. All right. So, okay, you're investing in yourself. In this new chapter and new phase in your life, you're definitely putting a lot into whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to start a new business, you're definitely giving it your all. Anything that, like any finances that you have saved, you're going to be investing that into you and the business that you're trying to get off the ground. You may need to make a very swift and concrete decision when it comes to um, like the direction that you're wanting to go in. Maybe you have many options and you're trying to still figure out which option is the best, right? Like you know what you want, but there are different routes you can take to get there. And so you're trying to make sure that you're taking the best route possible. All right. Now, you could get to a point where you're like at a crossroad, okay, and you're feeling stuck, right? And so you may sometimes like revert back to your old ways. And so I would say be mindful of that. If you're moving in a different direction, it's because you're wanting something new in your life. So don't let the past or past ways that you've had stop you from progressing. Okay. If you know that you're wanting something new, then you're going to have to do things in a new way. So don't expect to do things how you've always done them and expect new change, right? You have to do things in a new way, in a new light. And you may need to release certain ways that you have, or certain things that you've held on to that could have been holding you back. You need to release those things so that you can attract newness into your life. Okay. I think right now you're guarding yourself, okay? You're trying to keep the bad out of the way. Like you may have certain friendships that just don't align with you anymore. You may have family members that just don't really understand you as much as they used to. Maybe you yourself have just changed, right? And so these people from your past, they don't know the new you, right? You have grown, you've elevated, you've evolved, and you have transformed who you are on the inside. And that's starting to show on the outside, but you have kind of like leechers or hanger-oners that are still trying to kind of pull you back. And you are wanting to protect your energy from that, okay? So keep that up. If you know that you have people that you have history with or that you've just known for quite some time, even though they themselves may still be people that you love, they may still be good people, right? It's just that you all are not on the same, level playing field anymore, right? You have just changed who you are, and now those old ways, those old environments, those old groups that you were once a part of and attached to, they no longer serve you when it comes to bettering yourself. They are not conducive to the forward movement and the growth that you are having in your life right now. Okay? Continue to focus on yourself, continue to nurture yourself, continue to invest in yourself, whatever that is, whether that's physically, mentally, financially, whatever it is, right? Just continue to love on you. And in return, all of that goodness is you're just going to attract more good things into your life because you are nurturing yourself and you are bettering who you are. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and dive deeper. Um, okay. So to clarify the Page of Swords. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pick that up. Spirit, clarify the Page of Swords. Spirit, clarify the Page of Swords. Okay, let me get this. Okay. All right. So for the first card you have out here, clarifying the Page of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. You also have the Four of Pentacles. You also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And then you also have the Eight of Cups. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Remember that as a bit of advice. Take your time. Um, as I always say, let things unfold naturally. Um, yeah, and reserve your energy, right? Like, don't try to overexert yourself trying to do anything. You may be again just doing a lot of studying, trying to gain as much information as you can so that you can move forward in a better direction. I know that I can see that you are wanting to gain more intel and just have the knowledge, right? You want to have the knowledge for whatever it is that you are going after, right? So if it is a new business, if it's a new job, you're doing your research on the company. If it's a new business, you are possibly, like looking at your competitors to see how they got their business off of the ground, to see what things, like how they have invested in their business so that you can kind of follow the same, guidelines, so to speak. Um, so yeah, I feel as though you're very reserved right now. I feel as though you're not speaking too much on what you're doing. I feel as though you are doing more um listening instead of talking. Okay, you're being very watchful, which is good, very observant. Okay. And if you were feeling kind of stuck in the past, if you were feeling as though things were not moving forward for you, if you were feeling as though you were kind of being pigeonholed from moving forward in your life or in a particular situation, I can see that you are coming out of that phase, right? Like you're coming out of the energy, and it could be more of a mental thing, right? Maybe you yourself were just kind of mentally sabotaging yourself, okay? You were kind of pessimistic when it came to believing and having faith that you would ever move forward in life or that you would ever be able to go after your dreams and your goals. And so I feel as though you are now finally walking away from that mindset, right? So if you did doubt yourself for a while, you're finally letting that go and you're releasing that fear and you're walking away from the lack of faith that you once had, okay? And now you are seeing that you're strong enough, you're wise enough, you're mature enough. You have what it takes to move forward. You have what it takes to start this business. You have what it takes to buy this home. You have what it takes to go after this promotion, right? Like you just have what it takes to achieve whatever it is that you yourself are wanting to achieve, okay? And so you're no longer you're no longer relying on, how can I say it? You're no longer relying on like other people's opinions of you to get you going. You know, maybe in the past you would always either ask your friends or your family, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Do you think I should go in this direction? Do you think I should give this a try? And a lot of times, maybe their opinions and the advice that they would give you, it may not have always supported you, so to speak, right? Like maybe they told you to play it safe, or maybe they told you, well, it would require you to do so much in order to have this type of business, right? Or no, your competitors are just too big. They're too financially wealthy for you to be able to compete with them. Well, you're no longer having that, again, that pessimistic mindset, okay? And you're no longer needing other people's opinions to help you feel comfortable to go after your dreams, all right? So, continue to work on yourself, continue to work on your mental state, and continue to let go of the worry and the fear that you will never be successful at what it is that you are trying to achieve, all right? Spirit, clarify the Six of Swords, I'm sorry. Spirit, clarify the Six of Swords. Okay. Spirit, clarify the Six of Swords. Okay. All right. The first card you have out here is the Three of Wands. Next, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. You also have the Strength card again, but this time it is in reverse. You have the Moon card in reverse. You have the High Priestess, all right, upright. And then you also have the Devil, again, upright, okay? So you have the Devil twice. So collective, if you have been going about things in a way that does not serve your highest good, you really are going to have to heal those things about you that are just a bit toxic, okay, to say the least, right? I'm feeling as though more with the ego. Maybe you are just used to doing things your own way. You're used to um, always having things go the way that you want them to go. And so you have gotten caught up in becoming maybe a bit too rigid, and maybe assuming that everything is about you, or that everything is going to happen in the way and in the manner that you expect them to happen. And maybe in the past that has served you, but I see as of now, it is something that could be holding you back, okay? Like I said at the beginning of the reading, if you're wanting new things, if you're wanting a change, you yourself are going to have to release old ways, okay? So if you have been if you've either been holding on to things that you've been doing that are unhealthy, you're going to have to release those things, okay? Or else I feel as though you're constantly going to be going round and round and round, redoing the same things over and over again and never really seeing progress, okay? Never really achieving the ultimate success that you could. Okay, now patience is required when it comes to this evolution that you are going through. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Things don't just happen overnight. So you're going to have to at least give things time. Um, it's almost like instead of taking a plane to your destination, you may have to take the bus. Okay. Yes, you're going to reach your end goal, but the road ahead that you travel is not going to be as swift as you may have hoped for. Okay. I know deep down in your heart, you're wanting things to change. You're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to let go of the past because you just feel as though the past never helped you evolve, right? And that is exactly what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to evolve, you're wanting to move forward, and you're wanting to heal from the things that may have brought you down, right? But again, it's just going to take time. It's going to require you to kind of it's just, again, it's just going to require you to be patient. That's just kind of the best word that I can, use to um give the example, right? But understand that it's worth it. Understand that regardless of how long it may take for you to move forward in life, whatever it is that you are having to um maybe wait on, it's going to be worth the wait, okay? All right, now with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, um, hmm, you just may not right now get the offer that you want. Okay. Maybe things are not as solid as you want them to be. And unfortunately, when you look around and you look at your life, there's a level of unhappiness, there's a level of instability. Okay. And I know you're just wanting to ground your life, you're wanting to stabilize things in your life, you're wanting to feel comfortable and confident and just get into the groove of whatever this new world is that you're going after, right? But again, it's going to take time. And in the meantime, if things are not as stable as you want them to be, you may just need to be as flexible as possible, okay? So let's just say, for instance, okay, you wanting to buy a home, right? Let's say you want to buy a home. But until you can get all the funds, for your down payment, or whatever it is that you may need, maybe you need a loan to come through. And so as you like wait for those things to come in, work on your credit score, things of that nature, as you wait for things to to get to a place where you can actually move forward with buying the home, you're having to either like live with someone, maybe go back to your parents' home, or live with a friend, or maybe like stay at a hotel or something like that, right? Okay. Now, let's just say let's just go with the hotel. So you're staying at a hotel, right? But your money is a little funny, okay? And so you have money coming in, but it's coming in really slow, right? Let's say you have your money comes in on a day-to-day basis, right? So let's say you do Uber or DoorDash or something of that nature, right? Where you make your money every day. So yes, you can afford to stay at the hotel, but you may have to pay for that hotel day by day versus by the week or by the month. You have to You can only pay for it when your funds come in. Okay, so the funds are coming in slowly, and so that kind of keeps things a little rocky, right? Because you don't know if for sure you're going to make the money that you need to stay in that hotel the next day, right? You may have to leave the hotel, go make your money, then come back and check in. Something of that nature, right? Like things are not as stable as you want them to be. But at the end of the day, you know that you're moving forward. You know that you're waiting for the loan for the mortgage. You know, you're waiting, or you're waiting for the home loan. You're waiting as your credit score is increasing. You're able to still save money and put it to the side for your down payment. It's just things are not yet ready to move right now, or they're moving, but it's very slow, right? So that's what I mean by things just not feeling as settled as you may like them to be. But at the end of the day, you still know that you're moving ahead. You're just having to be flexible in the moment to keep up with life right now as you wait for other things to come in for you. Okay. And yeah, that could be causing a level of weakness, that could be causing you to sometimes, again, lack the faith and lack the hope that things are ever going to really change for you. Um, but that mindset is only there because you can't see the full picture at the moment. There's a bigger picture here at play. You're only focused on right now and what your eyes can see, but you need to look at it from a more broad perspective. Okay, connect with your higher self and listen to your intuition. If your intuition is telling you that things are going to happen at the right time, continue to believe in that, continue to have hope in that. Okay, continue to have the faith that at the right time everything is going to pan out. All right, you are just needing to keep believing. Okay, just keep believing. You can't, again, see the full picture right now, but it doesn't mean that behind the scenes, God isn't working everything out in your favor. He is wanting to see how you react right now when He may be only blessing you with a little before He blesses you with a lot. Okay, He may want to see what type of person you are in this moment. How are you treating people when you're not getting your way? Okay, again, too, you have the high priestess. So again, you can see beyond the veil. You can see beyond what the eyes can see, right? You're feeling you can feel what's ahead. You can feel what's coming in for you. All right. Connect with your higher spirit, connect with your higher power, and let that be your guiding force. Okay. Don't worry about what only the eyes can see. Okay. Use your third eye, not your visual eyes, your third eye, your mental. Use that as you try to progress forward, because that's going to be, again, the guiding factor for you. All right. And so then again, you have the devil here. All right. So it's about you letting go of toxicity. It's about you letting go of your ego. And it's also about you letting go of your fear. I feel as though you have been holding on to a level of fear and a level of worry, and that anxiety is creeping in and it's stopping you. Okay. So release that. Let go of that. And also, when it comes to your money, I'm getting a quick message here. If you've been overspending, you need to save your money more if you really want to invest in something new. All right. So don't be out here spending frivolously. Um, be very frugal with your money. Save your money, put it in a nice savings account or a nice investment portfolio, and let it make money for you as you're waiting for other things to transform. Okay. Okay, Spirit, clarify the strength card. Spirit, clarify the strength card. Okay, you have the King of Wands, and then you also have the Nine of Cups. All right, beautiful. Okay, so it feels as though, collective, you do figure out what's holding you back. Okay. Now life is about ebbs and flows. Okay. So I understand that one day you can feel strong and the next day, um, again, maybe you're feeling a bit more weak, but try to harp on the strength that you have. Okay. Because you are a leader, you are taking charge, you are going after whatever it is that you want. You're not minimizing what the type of success and the type of victories you can achieve. Okay. You are stepping up to the plate and you're taking charge here. Okay. And you know that as you put in that effort, as you step into that leadership role, as you really, you know, as you really push forward in life, that is what's going to bring you the happiness that you want. Okay. Again, you're not meant to be average. You're not meant to only achieve half of what you can, right? Like you're not here just to be, you're not here to minimize what you can do and who you can be. No, you know that the type of success that you are looking for is going to require you to do things that you've never done. Okay. So again, it's about you being strong. It's about you um being able to transmute any fear and transmute that into power. Honestly, you are transmuting that fear into power. You're transmuting the bad into good. Okay. And you know that the good within you comes from the strength that you have. The good within you comes from the the wisdom that you've gained. The good in you comes from the fact that you have grown into the leader that you are. And you, again, are not going to allow anything or anyone to stop you from taking charge of your life. Okay? You're releasing the past. You're releasing the toxicity. You're releasing the fear. You're releasing the anger. You're releasing the laziness. Okay? Maybe at one point in time, you just didn't really put in the effort. Maybe you were okay with doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe you at one time were okay with just being mediocre. Okay. But then you woke up and you realized and you had a revelation that there's so much more of you that you can give. There's so much more of you um that has a level, like you are more successful than you give yourself credit for, right? Like you can attain more success than you have up until now. Okay, Spirit, clarify the chariot. Okay. All right, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. All right. And then you also have the Wheel in reverse. Okay, so, oh, excuse me. Like I said, every day is different, right? On a Monday, you can feel strong. On a Monday, you can feel like the world is in the palm of your hands. On a Monday, you can feel as though you can build Rome in a day, right? But then on Tuesday, you kind of feel a little weighed down. On Tuesday, you kind of feel as though, um, you know, the world is on your shoulders. You know, the weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? So again, each day is different, and that's understandable. That's just life, right? Human experiences require ebbs and flows. Okay, so some days are good and some days are not, but it's all about your mentality. Okay, now you are moving forward regardless. Okay, however, the direction that you go in, it's up to you. All right. God is going to give you tools that you need to make these changes, to make these decisions, to move things ahead. But one thing's for sure, don't look back. Don't worry about what you're leaving behind because there's so much better in store for you in the future. Okay. However, there may be some things that you need to take another look at. Okay. Or wrap up or revamp, shall I say. Okay? Maybe in order to achieve the level of success that you're hoping to, you are going to have to you're going to have to you're going to have to figure out a way to wipe the slate clean. Okay? There are still some things in your past that appear to be holding you back, or that you just appear to be holding on to. You're wanting to move ahead, but like I said, don't look back. Okay? So if you are looking back, and if you are holding on to people, situations, things that you know you cannot bring with you moving forward, you're going to have to muster up the strength to let it go. Okay? And it doesn't matter what it is, right? Let's just say, for instance, you're going off to college, right? Well, you can't take the whole bedroom with you to college. You can't take your parents with you to college. Okay, you can't take every friend that you had in high school with you to college. So you're going to have to find a way to emotionally detach from those things, right? um yeah, so it's just about things that you're holding on to that just cannot come along this new journey with you, right? Okay, yes, you love your dog, but it's the family dog. You have to keep the dog at the house. You can't have the dog in the dorm room. So, as much as you love the dog and the pets that you grew up with, they have to stay at home. They cannot come with you. And of course, these are just little examples that I'm giving, but hopefully it's resonating with you to where you understand what I'm saying here. Let go of even the things you love, because God has something bigger for you. God wants, again, for your slate to be wiped clean so that you can start over, so that you can start a new process, a new life, a new journey, a new path, a new everything. Okay. But also, I'm also getting a message here about relationships. If you and an ex have been on and off, on and off, on and off, well, it's time to just be off. Okay. If it always leads back to the end, then you need to let the end be just that. Okay? Learn from the mistakes that you made in that relationship. Try not to make them in the next relationship, but you need to come to terms and understand that this person you've been with, this person that you have had this rocky road, this rocky relationship with, they just do not serve your highest good. They don't, whether they mean you well or not, they just cannot live up to the person that you are. All right, you guys are just not equally yoked, so the relationship will never truly work. It'll just be a constant like merry-go-round. Okay, it's just always going to be rocky. It's always going to be on and off. And eventually you have to get to a point where you just get tired of that. All right. And in order for you to have a healthy relationship, in order for someone that does align with you to come in, you're going to have to let go of that past person. Okay. You have the Empress at the bottom of the deck here, and you also have the Empress here. So, we'll see if it comes out again. But again, this is more just about you nurturing yourself, loving on you, focusing on your self growth. Okay. All right. Spirit, clarify the star. Spirit, clarify the star. Okay. So clarifying the star, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So, um, stableness is coming in. Okay. But you're also just kind of like solidifying your finances. So if again in the past you were having some financial difficulties, if things were slow to come in, whatever money you have been waiting for is coming in. Okay. And you're going to be very stable. You're going to have more than enough to, again, stabilize your life, to invest in all the things that you need, but also to play a little bit, right? Like, so if I told you in the past, you need to save your money, well, eventually that loan comes in, or that windfall comes through, or whatever it is, how, that promotion, that commission check comes in, whatever it is, right? The money that you have been needing to come in order to move things along in your life, it's coming at the right time. And it is going to help you really like propel forward. All right. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is clarifying the star. I mean, how beautiful can you get? Like, that's just a beautiful, those are two beautiful energies that are matching each other. So this is about you having the funds to invest in yourself. This is about you having an overflow, all right? An overflow of love, an overflow of finances, an overflow of opportunities. Everything that you have been waiting to come in so that you can help balance out your life, it's coming in for you. Okay. And you are a star. You are going to be again, just very successful. Everybody is going to just be in awe of all of the things that you have achieved, of the changes that you've made in your life. You are probably going to be the one that all of your family members look to, right? Now, you do want to be mindful of that. Be careful when it comes to leechers, okay, or pleasure seekers, especially those that never really, really supported you, regardless of if they're family or whoever. If they didn't really support you along this journey, and then all of a sudden they have their hands out, um, just tell them I love you, but no, you know, you didn't get this far by giving away everything that you have. Of course, you want to be generous, right? If you know that you can help someone out, if you know that you have the means to help people, then of course, by all means, be helpful to others, because a lot of times if you became the Queen of Pentacles and the star, you didn't get there on your own. You didn't get there because nobody supported you, right? And to whom much is given, much is required. So if God does bless you, especially financially, then pay that forward. Okay. But just know that you are a star in your own right, and whatever it is that um you've been working really hard for, it's all coming back to you. Your hard work is paying off. It's been very slow, and it's been a very steady process. And that's why you can actually find comfort in your achievements, right? Because you know what it took. You know everything that you had to go through in order to get to this level of success. And you know that nobody can diminish the work that you put in. Even if you did a lot of things behind the scenes that people could not see, this level of success just does not happen overnight, right? So people are going to know that this is something that God did for you, and this is something that you really did get this out of the mud. You really did work hard. You really did um it wasn't 0 to 100 real quick. It was 0 to 100 real slow, okay? But you got to 100. You got to the level of success that you yourself have the ability to get to. Okay? Mm-hmm. Spirit clarify the 6 of Cups. Spirit clarify the 6 of Cups. Okay, you have the King of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. You have the King of Cups. All right. There are a lot of energies here, collective. So you could be dealing with a few people because at this point, I feel as though you have 3 kings. 2 for sure. Okay, you have the world. All right. Something coming to completion here for you. And then you also have the Page of Cups. All right. Some form of communication. And I do feel as though it's a love. Either an ex-lover coming back around or a new love. With the Page of Cups, I'm feeling a sense of an apology though. So someone could just want to return. And it's clarifying the Six of Cups. So definitely someone could want to return from the past, and maybe this person just wants to apologize for some things that they may have done that could have hindered the progress of you all's relationship. So we'll see. But yeah, so definitely with the King of Pentacles, I feel as though someone from your past could reach out to you. Now you have a King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, so this could be more than one ex. It could also be a friendship. It could also be like, for whatever reason, I'm getting like people that you went to school with, maybe like high school friends, childhood friends, something of that nature, people that you grew up in the neighborhood with, something like that. But you do have more than one person here. And maybe you are needing to decide, let's just say you are interested in a couple of these people, right? Well, okay, you did have the King of Wands. I knew you had another king here. But let's say you have 3 kings. Okay, so you have a lot of energies that are around you. And if you know that a lot of people from your past, because you're growing, like, so you have to understand that's going to happen, especially if with the Star card and the Queen of Pentacles, you really could be in the limelight, right? So you may be, I'm getting something like on TV, honestly. So you may be, I'm also getting like a lottery win. Whatever it is, to a degree, people are going to know. Like, people are going to see this change in you. People are going to notice that you have had a financial upgrade. And so you know that anytime money comes in, again, you have people that want to come back around, pretend as if they've always been there for you, they've always believed in you. So you are going to have to be very decisive and or discerning. Okay, you're going to have to be very decisive and discerning about who you let back into your life and what these people's motives are, okay? But nevertheless, there is at least one person in particular that really does miss you. And this person, I feel as though you all, things maybe ended a little badly, but it's not because this person just didn't love you, right? Maybe this person just was immature and they did things that just was not conducive to the harmony of this connection, right? And so you either walked away or you just took that pain and released it and you moved forward in your life. But as you continue to evolve, or shall I say, as you continue to evolve, this person, they just really missed you, right? Like, your presence no longer being in their life, it woke them up, right? And so they realized, like, wow, I had a good thing with this person. Or they're like, wow, I miss my friend. I miss the connection that we once had. I miss the times we shared. And they're doing a lot of reminiscing about the past and the times that they shared with you. And so they just want to come around and again offer you a level or a sense of an apology. And they are hopeful that maybe once they say that they're sorry, they're hoping that if nothing else, it can kind of open up the lines of communication between the two of you again. Because however things ended in the past, um, it really, like, it stopped you all from communicating, okay? And so they're just hoping that there's still a chance for reconciliation. All right. Now, With the King of Pentacles though and the King of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Wands in the middle. So there's passion for more than one person here, collective. So maybe you are interested in both of these kings, right? But if you look at this picture closely, and I hope YouTube don't flag me, but if you look at these pictures closely, right? I'm gonna cover her up a little bit. You have one king here. He's pushing her away, right? If you can see that. But then you have another king here, and he's loving on her, he's petting on her, he's offering her things, right? So you again need to use your discernment, because even though you may have interest in both, right, with the Ace of Wands, there's passion here. There's a heavy amount of passion here, right? But which one is going to truly fulfill you, right? Which one is going to truly offer you something worthwhile? Which one is truly going to love you the right way? In my opinion, if I was just a friend of yours, I would say the King of Cups. So whichever person you know knows how to love you, knows how to treat you, knows how to be there for you at all costs, that's the person that you want to be more open to. That's the person that you may want to put in more effort with, right? Especially if they come back around with an apology, in a very sincere apology, okay? Whoever this person is that wants to apologize to you, they are a bit nervous and scared to reach out to you. They don't want to say the wrong things. It feels as though they've typed you a message many times, and then they'll erase it and then retype it and erase it. They'll pick up the phone to call you, and then they'll put the phone down. They'll start to type in your number on the cell phone, and then they'll erase it, right? Like they'll delete the numbers, right? So whoever this person is, they do love you, they do care about you, and they are wanting to um overcome any um difficulties that the two of you may have had in the past. They want to overcome it, but they are a bit nervous, especially if you've had this glow up, right? Especially if your world has changed and elevated, and you have truly just gone through this evolutionary process. You know, they're a bit distracted by that, right? Like that is to a degree a bit concerning for them when it comes to reaching out to you, because they don't know if you truly even care about them anymore. And so that it's not too late, but at the same time, again, they are nervous, right? It doesn't mean that they're not going to take the initiative. It just means that if they were to reach out to you, uh just keep in mind that it took them a lot of courage to finally say something, okay? And they are hoping that you will at least be nice, or that you'll at least be willing to hear them out, okay? So just keep in mind that, you know, this person, they're a little scared. Honestly, they're a little scared, all right? But they're hoping that things can turn around. They're hoping that things will turn out in their favor, and they're hoping that you all will be able to let the past be the past and move forward in a different direction. All right. All right. So let's keep going here. Jesus, this. I don't be expecting these videos to be like past 30 minutes, and we're already almost at an hour. So let's go ahead and try to wrap this up. Spirit, clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit, clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit, clarify. Okay, I didn't think that one wanted to come out, but clarify the Seven of Pentacles. All right. So the first card you have out here, it is the Devil in reverse. Okay. If you see the devil, you want him in reverse. All right. So yeah, you're definitely. Oh wait, I said earlier that you had the devil card come out. Oh, that was the death card. Y'all, I'm sorry. It was the death card. But nevertheless, you have the devil and the death card, okay? And you have the devil here too. So like I said, releasing toxic ways are very important. But that's exactly what you're doing, because you have the devil upright, but now you have him in reverse. So I feel as though you've recognized the things about yourself that was holding you back. You've recognized certain behavior patterns that just were not conducive to you growing and maturing and becoming a better person. And I feel as though you've now released those things. And I mean, it's constant work, right? So every day you do have to work on yourself, but that is what you're doing. You are taking the initiative to work on any character flaws or any toxic ways that you once had, okay? And you're releasing those things because you know that in order for you to invest in yourself properly, in order for you to start to see um, a lot of the changes that you've made, like in order for you to see your investments pay off, right? You yourself have to change, okay? And so as you invest in the changes within yourself, those changes start to attract the changes that you make within start to attract the things that you want in your outer world, okay? So continue to work on that. Continue, like I said, to invest in yourself, invest in becoming a better person, becoming a better human being, um, and know that those investments, the changes that you made for yourself, is going to help change things in your life for the better. Okay. All right. Now you have the Seven of Wands. Okay. So, and again, the Seven of Wands came out already in the other deck. So you do have to protect your energy, and then you also have to have the Ten of Pentacles. So you are definitely heading in a direction where you're going to have it all, okay? As you protect your energy, as you protect your aura as well, as you just make sure that you are not make sure that you are not letting people get the best of you, okay? People that want to see you fall, people that are hoping that they can possibly hinder your growth. As long as you aren't allowing these people to mentally distract you, you're going to have the life and the success that you want for yourself, but that God has put in place for you, okay? Everything it is that you are trying to achieve, it's coming for you. If you want, if you're looking to get married to the perfect partner, that person is coming in for you. If you're looking to get the money that you deserve when it comes to your job, right, that money is going to come in for you. Whatever it is that you're going after, you are going to achieve it, and you're going to be very successful at it. You just have to be careful of people trying to kind of knock you off that pedestal. Okay. Okay. So you clarify the Two of Swords. So you clarify the Two of Swords. Okay. So clarifying the Two of Swords, you have the Chariot again. A lot of repeating cards here. Okay. Um, and again, they're in both decks. So, and a lot of these repeating cards are major arcana. So you know that the energy is very potent. The energy is very strong and it's very real. Like anytime you get a major arcana card, that is that's God's doing. Okay. Those are things that you cannot run from. Those are things that you have no control over. It's inevitable to take place. Okay. So you are moving forward regardless. Nothing is going to stop your progress. At the end of the day, there is a new um there's a new life for you that waits. Okay, that awaits. There's a new life for you that awaits. You just have to be in alignment, okay, spiritually, physically, mentally, morally, emotionally. You have to be in alignment with the universe in order for you to attract in these new things, this new direction, this new path. But at the end of the day, you're going in a new direction regardless. It's just up to you as to how far you can go. And yeah, it's just up to you as when it comes to as far as you can go. You can go as far as you yourself believe you can go, okay? But it's about that belief. And it's also, again, about you not letting the past stop you, you not holding on to things that no longer serve you, okay? So let go of anything and everything that does not align with who you are today, because those are the little things, even if they're small things, those are the little things that have the ability to possibly hold you back, okay? Now you also have the Three of Cups. I'm gonna cover this one up though. You have the Three of Cups, all right? And then you also have the Ten of Swords, okay? So watch out for don't don't cause yourself to feel mentally constrained, okay? Now, yes, there could have been people and situations that really got the best of you, right? It could have been very difficult to finally um, it could have been difficult to make these changes, right? A lot of people could have stabbed you in the back. A lot of things could have just brought you down, could have really depleted and drained your energy. And a lot of people tried to possibly manipulate you into thinking that you weren't worth anything, okay? But you're at the end of that road. You're no longer letting these people, especially if it was friendships, you are no longer letting these friends deter you. You're no longer letting these friends manipulate you. Um, and you are getting rid of these friends. Like, you've been able to notice who these people are, and you're finally letting them go. Regardless of how you do it, you're cutting them off. You're no longer allowing people, just because you've known them all your life, to cause you to feel a sense of oppression, okay? Because just because they themselves cannot change, just because they don't have the ability to evolve, and just because good things aren't coming into their life right now, doesn't mean that they should have been trying to stop you from being happy, right? So you have you've again, you've recognized who these people are, and you have finally made a wise judgment call here to release these friends and to release these people that just don't mean you well, okay? And that could have been some of the toxicity that you were holding on to. You maybe didn't realize it initially that these people were holding you back, but you God started to reveal to you what was standing in your way. And God started to show you that these people, just because they were pretending to be your friends, they really didn't um they really didn't want to support you as you were trying to elevate your life. Spirit, clarify the devil. Spirit, clarify the devil. Spirit, clarify the devil. Oh man, another card flip. Spirit, clarify the devil. Hold on. Okay, so you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is clarifying the devil card, as well as the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay, so this really just it's a repeating message. Friends, family that were just trying to stand in your way. People that were just hanging on to you, hanging on to your energy. And just trying to pull you down with them, trying to stop you from being successful, stop you from being um, with a person that really loves you. I'm getting an energy of you having friends that didn't want to see you happy with a soulmate, okay? So maybe that was a part of why, whatever this situation was earlier with the Six of Cups, and the reason why you and someone from your past had a falling out to begin with, this person that wants to come back around and apologize to you, I'm feeling as though maybe there were friends and family members getting in the way of this connection, okay? and they were purposely trying to stop you and this person from being together because they could see how happy this person made you. They could see that you and this person could really build a life together, and they themselves were just jealous of that, jealous of your happiness, jealous of the fact that you found somebody that could really love you, right? And because they don't have somebody in their corner the way you had this person in your corner, some kind of way it just started a rift between you and your person. And for whatever reason, whatever the falling out was, it created just that. They're your friends and your family that were purposely trying to stand in the way. It caused a rift between you and your person, and that's why things ended the way that it ended. Okay. But if this person did something, maybe it's this person's friends and family, right? Maybe this person was listening to the advice of people that didn't want to see them happy with you, and they did things towards you that were just underhanded or harmful to the growth of you all's connection. And now they want to come back and apologize for the things that they did wrong. Maybe they just could not see things from your perspective, but now they've realized who was standing in the way of this connection, of you all's connection, and they've finally gotten rid of these people, and now they're wanting to come back, apologize, and hopefully again reconcile, and hope that you will forgive them for the mistakes that they made. Okay. But yeah, they probably just, either you or your person was not given to this connection, right? You or your person just did not put in the same effort. Y'all were not on the same level. Okay. If you were giving more to this person than they were giving to you, or if they were giving more to you than you were giving to them, then you all were not of equal yoke at that time. And so this relationship would have never been fruitful until both of you finally aligned at the same time. Okay. Spirit, clarify the Empress card. Spirit, clarify the Empress card. Okay. Clarifying the Empress card, you have the Two of Swords again. All right. So, again, you've made a decision. You made a decision about what you're going after. You made a decision about what it is that you want for your life, who it is that you want to be with. You finally figured out what's right for you and what doesn't serve you. And again, you have released the things that don't mean you any good, and you are only going after what supports you, who supports you, and who wants to see you happy. Okay. And you loving on you, it's only going to attract others to love on you the same way you love on you, because they know that you're not going to accept anything less. Okay. And it's because you have healed yourself, you've grown, you've matured, and you know that loving yourself first is going to require other people to love you just as much, if not better. All right, Spirit, clarify the Seven of Wands. Spirit, clarify the Seven of Wands. Okay. Okay. So, first card you have out here is the Ace of Swords. All right. So, someone's coming in and telling you the truth, or you are reaching out to someone to tell them the truth about a situation. Next card you have here, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. All right. But they're taking their time. Next card you have out here is the Fool, but nevertheless, they're coming. There's no stopping them. And then the last card you have out here is the Two of Pentacles. And they could just want to tell you that maybe they were possibly juggling you and someone in the past, or collective, maybe you, because with them, you have three kings here. Okay, so collective, you may have been juggling a few people. All right, maybe you were just trying to take your time to figure out who was the right type of person for you, what it is that you really wanted in a relationship, right? But I feel as though you pulled your energy back from like dating too much so that you could figure out what your heart really wanted. And I feel as though you figured that out now. You know who it is that you want. You know what you want to go after. And you know that in order to have the things Like, in order to have the success that you want in life, you have to be clear about it. You have to be honest about it, right? You have to have the clarity, okay? And you now have that. So there's no indecisiveness when it comes to who you want to be with, uh the goals that you're going after, and you know what fulfills you. So now that you are ready to take this leap of faith, you can do it. You can do it honestly. You can do it openly. You can do it knowing that you know exactly what it is that you want. All right. There's no one that can come in and kind of make it difficult for you to figure out if you should go this way, that way, if you should be with this person or that person, if you should accept this job or that job. No, you are very clear and you are standing on business. Okay. So continue to hold that vision, and know that in due time, everything is going to manifest for you. All right. God has already drawn this path for you. It's just about you getting rid of everything that doesn't serve you and focusing on that. Focus on that path and focus on what it's going to take to finally move things forward in your life. Okay. All right. Well, collective, that is what I have for you. Um, just know you're going to be very happy. Um, you're going to be shining very bright, and you are just going to be the belle of the ball. All right. So all eyes are on you. So continue to chase after your dreams, continue to give it your all, and continue to evolve, all right? Because everything is on the up for you. And I'm just very proud of all of the work and the effort that you've been putting in to become a better person. And so just know that God sees your efforts and He is definitely going to gift you for for your hard work. All right. Well, collective, I hope that you enjoyed today's tarot spread. I hope that I, of course, see you in the next reading. But until then, be safe, be blessed, be good to yourself, and be good to others. All right. I love y'all. Bye.